Hi guys, it's Lisa from Ink Play Love, and this is my very first YouTube video, so please bear with me and let's make a card. What I've just showed you is a mermaid scale background die, and I have cut that out of 3 different cardstocks. Some Neenah Solar White 80 pound, some Aqua Shimmer cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, and Simon's Sea Glass 100 pound cardstock. The card base I have prepared is made of Neenah 110 pound Solar White cardstock. It is my go-to cardstock for card bases. It stands up to anything I can put on there. The very first thing I'll do is pop all of the pieces out of the 3 panels that I cut. I'll take some multimedia matte liquid adhesive and put that all over the back of this piece to adhere it straight to the card base. Multimedia matte is great for tiny areas like this because if I get a little bit outside, it won't show once it's dry on the front of my card. Once I have adhesive everywhere I want it, I'll open up that card base so I can line this up more easily. And I use my tweezers so I'm not sticking my fingers in that glue and I can get it exactly where I want it. Off camera, I lined up all of the scales in the pattern that I wanted them to be in. And now I'm taking that same multimedia mat and I'm adhering all of the pieces that are not white. I want to have those flat, so I'm just putting the multimedia mat directly on the card base and I will fill all of those in. Now that I've finished all of the colored pieces, I'm going to take some foam squares and pop up all of the scales that I'm leaving white. Next, I'm taking my embossing buddy to put some anti-static powder down before I use Simon Says Stamp clear ink to emboss my sentiment. When I started this card, I didn't really have a plan. I knew I wanted to use the Mermaid scale background die, and I wanted to use the Mermaid stamp set from the September Simon Says Stamp card kit. Had I planned ahead, I would have embossed this before I added all of the pieces because adding that heat can curl up some of those small pieces of paper. It did that, but I just replaced those off camera. And next time I'll try to think ahead. Here I'm taking the point of my tweezers and just removing some extra embossing powder from the sentiment. It says, "Always be yourself unless you can be a mermaid." And one of those tiny letters came out as sort of a blob, so I just touched it up. Next, I've cut a piece of vellum and I'm adding some sticky adhesive from an Elizabeth Crafts adhesive sheet. I'm going to put that on the vellum, which I apologize, I did sort of out of frame. And I'm going to burnish that really well so that the adhesive won't be visible when I attach the vellum to the card. Now I'm using my Misty so that I can get a really good impression with this mermaid. I started out using the magnets, but I ended up changing that to some removable tape since I didn't have this right in the corner. I wanted that piece to really stay in place. I decided to use Stays On ink in jet black so that it would dry really well on the vellum. Sometimes other inks can take a while to dry or can smear, so I decided to use Stays On because I knew it would stay exactly where I put it. Now I'll fussy cut out the mermaid, which I apologize also ended up out of frame. I'm still getting used to crafting within a very specific area while I record. I actually sped up this section of the video 6 times so you wouldn't see how long it actually takes me to cut out an image. Next, I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want to put the mermaid on the card, and I realized that some of those scales I popped up were going to be in the way of being able to put her flat against the card front. So I took out any of the scales that were in the way and replaced the foam tape with multimedia matte. Now I'll remove the adhesive backing from my mermaid and position her on the front of the card. If I made this card again, I think I might use a different vellum. This one had sort of an ivory or cream look to it, when I wanted her to be a little bit more clear or a little bit whiter. But all in all, I was really happy with this card when I was finished with it. Because you can never have too much sparkle, I decided to take my Nuvo shimmer pen and add some of the glitter to the entire mermaid. That's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked this video, please subscribe. I hope to make many more, and thanks for watching.